Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, March 30th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 699 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. SC school board members accused of illegally meeting at Waffle House. Myrtle Beach businesses cannot find enough workers to fill, or even apply for, jobs. German Industrial Union, employers reach pay agreement. Spanish resorts languish while Madrid hosts Europe's parties. Palau president visits Taiwan amid Chinese pressure. Active and dangerous scene, Mount Rushmore closed, 400 homes evacuated as multiple wildfires spread in South Dakota. Kentucky lawmakers sent bipartisan election bill to governor. A 65-year-old Asian woman was verbally and physically assaulted and a nearby security guard closed a building door instead of helping her, police say. Asian woman on way to church attacked physically and verbally. Capitol riot suspect allegedly wore a shirt that said, "I was there, Washington, D.C., January 6, 2021 when the FBI arrested him." The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. WHO report finds coronavirus probably emerged in bats, extremely unlikely to be result of lab leak, NBC News. U.S. stocks trading mixed following similar result day earlier, Fox Business. UFC star Jon Jones threatens to burn all his Nikes over Lil Nas X's controversial Satan shoes, bloody elbow. Long space flights and endurance swimming can shrink the heart, Yahoo News. Global leaders call for a pandemic treaty, but U.S. and China remain silent, CNBC. Hong Kong, what is China's Patriot Plan for electoral reform? BBC News. Coronavirus likely came from animal, not a lab, WHO draft report finds, CNN. China reduces elected seats in Hong Kong legislature, Fox News. NCAA tournament scores, winners and losers, Texas well represented in Final Four as Baylor, Houston advance, CBS Sports. How Mitt Romney sees the Biden administration so far, future of the GOP, Deseret News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Don Lemon uses on-screen clock to make powerful point about George Floyd's death. The most popular cocktail in every state during the pandemic. Do you suffer from revenge bedtime procrastination? Here's how to tell. How this Iranian refugee built a better life, and catering bees. The battle to protect one of America's last wild landscapes. Parents of 5 killed when 175-foot redwood tree falls onto their car. Cargo ship is freed from Suez Canal and it's full steam ahead with jokes on Twitter. Trump facing criminal exposure, ex-Dodge official says subpoenas likely next. Kimmel mocks Trump's babbling wedding crasher act, I love this so much. Tucker Carlson slammed over demeaning way he cut off colleague Juan Williams. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Firefighter details long-haul COVID-19 recovery. Celtics welcome fans back to TD Garden. A mother's plea after mass shooting. Botham Jean Boulevard officially unveiled. To-go cocktails to start, restaurants scramble. Defense of mom charged disabled son's murder. Mother drove 18 hours to get daughter the vaccine. Man stabbed in throat for refusing to give change. Fans of ice cream inspired during stay-at-home order line up by the hundreds. Project Kraken could bring 1,000s of jobs to FL. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Visit at home. Attack on Asian woman in Midtown prompts another hate crime investigation. A national campaign to restrict voting. From Serial, the Improvement Association. World leaders call for sweeping public health treaty. The Republican Party is driving the nation's democratic decline. Soon, a vaccine shot for every adult in NY who wants one. Cautiously, UK begins relaxing strict lockdown rules. The Taliban think they have already won, peace deal or not. Maryland's state song, a nod to the Confederacy, nears repeal. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Dr. Mark Siegel, COVID and your privacy, freedom from pandemic mustn't mean a loss of our essential liberties. DNC Chair Jaime Harrison, who lost 2 grams in November, calls out Senator over guns. Galapagos Islands Airport, 185 baby giant tortoises found wrapped in plastic and stuffed in suitcase. Dr. Gabriel Chu of Netflix's Bling Empire says specific cosmetic procedures remain popular during pandemic. Tennessee flooding death toll grows to at least 7, officials say. 9th woman steps forward to accuse NY Governor Andrew Cuomo. Biden has a fast start, but is he going too big too soon? NYPD seeks information after video of brutal subway beating emerges. China reduces elected seats in Hong Kong legislature. NCAA Tournament 2021, how to win $1,000 on the Elite 8 for free. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, March 30th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Derek Chauvin trial, March 29th, judge stops testimony for day due to technical difficulties. Why are there no houses to buy? Americans spent nearly $420 billion on home improvement projects in 2020. UCLA, USC both in Elite 8 in same year for first time ever. Comedy Central's Hall of Fame, Top 100 Roast Moments premieres March 29th. Spencer Pasinger says all American stories will bring inspiration, hope to the CW. Stimulus check update, wondering where your economic relief payment is? Track it. Pandemic pettiness, Sacramento neighbor receives shock collar in anonymous Amazon delivery. Watch the Derek Chauvin trial live. UCLA upsets Alabama to advance to Elite 8 for first time since 2008. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Breaking, police did not act inappropriately and were not heavy-handed at Sarah Everard Vigil. More than half of people in England now have COVID antibodies thanks to huge vaccination drive. Football pundit Claude Callegari, a former star of Arsenal Fan TV, dies aged 58. Prince Charles' friend Alan Titchmarsh says work royal has done for this country is self-evident. Lawrence Fox launches campaign to become London mayor. How many people are still furloughed in your area? ONS map reveals the areas where most are off work. Ruth Langford, 70, reveals she was sexually assaulted aged 11 in London. Andrew Morton baffled by Meghan Markle's mental health accusations. Viewers are left devastated after lone gunmen hunted on 24 hours in police custody. Family let homeless couple live in their garden shed after they lost their jobs during the pandemic. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. What the Ever Given saga taught us about the world. COVID-19 live updates. New U.S. coronavirus cases rise by 12%. Nation braces for fourth pandemic wave. EU Commissioner holds migration talks with Greek officials. Thailand denies sending fleeing villagers back to Myanmar. Canada is struggling to deport its last known Nazi suspect. BTS condemns anti-Asian racism, says they've experienced it. Some medical experts unconvinced about holding Tokyo Games. Syria says Assad, his wife have recovered from coronavirus. 5 details from the WHO-led report on coronavirus origins. While the world tore its hair out over the Suez, Russia saw an opportunity. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Sharon Stone, cosmetic surgeon, enlarged my breasts without consent. Coronavirus Live News, WHO to present China mission findings, Canada pauses AstraZeneca vaccine for under 55s. Mystery brain disorder baffles Canadian medicine. LGBTQ+ people face starkly higher COVID risk, needs aren't being met. French police on trail of international gang of Lego looters. BTS condemn anti-Asian racism, we feel grief and anger. California relocates mountain lions making a meal of endangered sheep. Sergio Aguero has been far more than a great goalscorer for Manchester City. Jonathan Wilson. I love my boyfriend, but I really don't want to have sex with him. University scientists deconstruct COVID-19 vaccines and publish recipe on open web. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. World leaders call for pandemic treaty, but short on details. NYPD, elderly Asian American woman assaulted, suspect sought. Georgia nears limiting citizen arrests after black man slain. Sex trafficking crimes brought against Epstein ex-girlfriend. 3 men charged in Virginia Beach shootings appear in court. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Suez Canal, ships begin sailing through cleared waterway. Hong Kong, China limits parliament to patriots. Manipur, India state reverses order turning away Myanmar refugees. COVID-19, world leaders call for international pandemic treaty. Hong Kong, what is China's Patriot plan for electoral reform? COVID, Brazil's Jair Bolsonaro shuffles cabinet as pressure grows. Inauguration poet Amanda Gorman, my life changed in 6 minutes. Lady Gaga dog walker Ryan Fisher had to have part of his lung removed. Nike sues over Satan shoes with human blood. Photographing the endless diversity of America by streetlight. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Eric Nelson isn't working alone to defend Derek Chauvin. A police legal fund is backing him up with a dozen lawyers and $1 million. U.S. passes 550,000 coronavirus deaths. More than half of states have welcomed a majority of students back in person. Live COVID-19 updates. Scavengers help clean New Delhi, plea for vaccine. Tennessee flooding, more rain, possible floods in the forecast for Swamp South. U.S. passes 550,000 deaths. Biden says 90% of adults will be eligible for vaccine by April 19. Latest COVID-19 updates. Derek Chauvin trial hive, disturbing video shown of George Floyd's death. 911 dispatcher had gut instinct something was wrong. In California, COVID-19 cases holding steady, state borrows $21 billion for jobless benefits. Migrants with young children fill Texas shelter. AP reporter discusses first day of Chauvin trial. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. After 3 weeks on the run, murder defendant wrongly released from jail is caught in Cyprus. Celebrating women photographers, Francine R. Los Angeles Police Department responding to armed, barricaded suspect in Silmar. Things to do in Southern California after you're vaccinated. Detectives seek 3 men in killing of woman run over by would-be robbers in Lancaster. One rescued amid flooding from water main break in Pacific Palisades, street closed. Man is fatally shot by police near DGLA freeway ramp. Will there be enough COVID-19 vaccine to go around as California demand spikes? Column, Woke California pays homage this week to another American hero with a complex legacy. Bullet train contractor warns a further 2-year delay as state struggles to secure land. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. I fear I will be murdered, says teacher who showed Mohammed cartoons. Beijing cuts Hong Kong's directly elected seats in radical overhaul. Measures imposed directly by Beijing are latest move aimed at quashing city's democracy movement. 2 Dutch pension funds invest $2.3 billion in companies linked to the Myanmar military's atrocities. Beijing unanimously approves Hong Kong election overhaul, reducing democratic representation. Leaders of 23 countries call for treaty to help world deal with future pandemics. New film tells story of Mohammed Al-Old Slati's 14 years in Guantanamo without charge. Myanmar crackdown death toll passes 500. Canada suspends use of AstraZeneca COVID vaccine for those under 55. Coronavirus. Tulum police officers who arrested and killed woman will be judged for femicide. U.S. laws do not apply in China, court is told, as new front opens in May Wanzhou extradition fight. Leaders of 23 countries back pandemic treaty idea for future emergencies. Japan's Kyoto cherry blossoms peak on earliest date in 1,200 years, a sign of climate change. African elephant species now endangered and critically endangered. Siberian scientists block bombshell pollution report ahead of elections, reports. Myanmar death toll tops 500 as protesters defy junta's forces. The next headlines are from Forbes. German air taxi startup Lilium 2 list in $3.3 billion SPAC merger. Myanmar security forces have killed more than 500 people since February coup. The 2021 Philadelphia Phillies, it's time to finally win. For first time, beer imports topped wine imports in 2020. No F-Power for new Volkswagen Tiguan subcompact crossover. Should Manchester United pursue Jadon Sancho or Erling Haaland? Men's healthcare startup Manual raises $30 million. Coverage of the WHO report on COVID-19 finds journalists still grappling with the long shadow of Trump. Grip, what marketers can learn from when your business model changes overnight. City Pantry, what marketing leaders can learn from pivoting in challenging business conditions. The next headlines are from Nature.com. People of faith are allies to stall climate change. A 200 million year delay in permanent atmospheric oxygenation. A fine soft day for surveying moths and liverworts. Small farms outdo big ones on biodiversity and crop yields. How pirouettes and plis prepared me for a research career. The spatial landscape of lung pathology during COVID-19 progression. We must adapt, EU research chief on Europe's €100 billion funding program. US urged to invest in sun-dimming studies as climate warms. Escape of SARS-CoV-2 501YV2 from neutralization by convalescent plasma. Pandemic measures disproportionately harm women's careers. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,695,446,209 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Netflix unveils 2021 slate of new films, series originals in France. BTS-style fandom makes splash in Hong Kong. Doha debates, Points North Institute launch Solution Cinema Online Fest exclusive. River Monsters producer Icon Films hires Red Rock Films executive Belinda Charrington exclusive. The Crown producer Suzanne Mackey to receive Variety's International Achievement in TV Award. Taiwan exhibitors join forces to launch Bull film production firm. Seth Rogen clarifies that Emma Watson did not storm off the set of This Is the End. Nicole Jones, Emmy-nominated hairstylist for Big Little Lies, dies at 45. We feel grief and anger, say BTS in emotional note to stop Asian hate. Superstore spin-off Bo and Cheyenne not moving forward at NBC. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Comic, Pueblo tribal teacher on the difficulty of getting students online. As bad information spreads, Florida schools seek to teach digital literacy. Evicted and homeless due to pandemic, I literally had to sleep in my car. NPR Marist poll, Biden gets high marks on COVID-19, it's not the case on immigration. Racial equity in vaccination, dialysis centers can help with that. She just wanted it, one girl's journey to becoming an Eagle Scout. Fiasco waiting to happen, millions at risk of losing power over unpaid bills. Prosecutors add sex trafficking charges against Ghislaine Maxwell. In latest power move, Beijing approves electoral overhaul for Hong Kong. South Dakota governor bans transgender girls from sports teams by executive order. The following headlines are from The Week. Biden is nominating his first slate of federal judges, including a successor to Merrick Garland. The rotten center of the infrastructure debate. 5 of the best beauty tools. Canada halts AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine for people 55 and under, citing uncertainty on blood clots. NYPD releases shocking video of man brutally attacking elderly Asian woman as security guards watch. Jimmy Kimmel roasts Trump's unbelievably sober drunken wedding toast at Mar-a-Lago. Minnesota woman uses her treasured postcard collection to stay connected with friends. Boy digging for worms in his backyard discovers ancient fossil. Dallas man charged over Capitol siege arrested wearing I was there, Washington, D.C., January 6, 2021 t-shirt. Ghislaine Maxwell faces new sex trafficking charges. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. In Houston, a plan to expand Interstate 45 encounters federal pushback. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. What's a hedgehog got to do with condensed matter physics? The next headlines are from Universe Today. This time NASA's SLS Hotfire goes the full 8 minutes. A one-stage, fully reusable lunar lander makes the most sense for returning humans to the moon. Careful calculations show that Earth is safe from asteroid Apophis for at least 100 years. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, March 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Acrux, brightest star in Southern Cross. Striking new image of M106. See the zodiacal light. Earth is safe from asteroid Epiphas for the next 100 years. Mars' missing water might still be in its crust. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. China's new bogeyman, Europe. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Proud Boys organizer charged in Capitol attack says he aided FBI Antifa inquiries. Dems' new budget gambit comes with big risk. Most Capitol rioters unlikely to serve jail time. Freedom Caucus frets over how far to push its rebellion. America's digital defender is underfunded, outmatched and exhausted. Biden to release his first wave of judicial nominees. North Korea calls South's leader a parrot raised by America. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Reservoir Grand adds in Lake Macquarie. Blues Suns in Adelaide one option as AFL walks COVID tightrope. NBL, Phoenix allow Mitch Creek to return after court hearing rescheduled. Wabay's defense minister or not, submarine decision needs to be made. Cafes and life-saving comp added to contact tracing list as the following clusters grow. After more than a year leaving captaincy talk alone, Smith ready to play shots. PA hospital accepting only critical patients as lockdown decision looms. $8 million man or homeward bound, Josh Kelly's unique choice. 1/3 of Education Department child protection investigations relate to sexual misconduct. The new aristocrats, NSWMP's disgraceful behavior is an extreme expression of political decline. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Half of England's population has antibodies against coronavirus, says Statistics Agency. British biotech Oxford Nanopore prepares for $3 billion London IPO. PayPal rolls out crypto checkout feature in the US. Europe markets, German stocks hit record high as Credit Suisse's Artico's linked tumble continues. Auto Trader, review, Volvo's XC40 recharge impresses for space, safety and value. NerdWallet, cannot pay your tax bill? Here are 5 things you can try. NerdWallet, women investors, now is the time to rewrite your financial future. Auto Trader, BMW's new i4 is set to take on Tesla with 523 HP and a 300-mile range. Next Avenue, COVID-19 led to a rise of home funerals, this is what they're like. The Moneyest, my wife had a baby 3 months ago, she has $160,000 in student loans, and just asked for my blessing to work part-time. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Should the patent procurement process fall under the remit of antitrust law, a U.S. perspective, antitrust competition law, United States, Mondac News alerts. IBM sues Rakuten for patent royalties on websites, mobile apps, Bloomberg law. Digimarc Corporation, DMRC, plunges 10.74% on March 29. Equities.com. Evolution of IP protection for artificial intelligence in France, JD Supra. Here's why ACTG stock is down Monday, Investors Observer. Stupid patent of the month, telehealth robots say goodbye, F. Avoid IP pitfalls when dissolving and winding up your business. The Legal Intelligencer, law.com. 211 years later, the first woman to earn a patent continues to shape Easter celebrations, Forbes. Commission reverses initial determination that complainant lacks standing in certain electronic devices, 337 TA 1200, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Women's Appreciation Month, the Syrinx. The next headlines are from Quartz. The journalist who live-streamed the Hong Kong protests' darkest moment is now a dissident behind bars. Impending doom, COVID origins, hearts love gravity. Should retail traders be able to invest in IPOs like Deliveroo and Robinhood? What you need to know about the UK, South Africa, and Brazil coronavirus variants. India has big green energy dreams, but issues old and new persist. India is challenging China's dominance in Africa through healthcare diplomacy. Is Nike too cool to suffer in China? The pandemic is turning fracking companies into Bitcoin miners. Godzilla vs. Kong proves the world wants to go back to the movies. From Norwegian salmon to basketball, a brief history of China's patriotic consumer boycotts. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Good idea, as video game preservation often falls to fan groups, release every game's source code. Drone operator sues North Carolina over its First Amendment violating surveyor licensing laws. Months after Los Angeles Police Department officers attacked a journalist, prosecutors are trying to charge the journalist for failing to disperse. Law firm hoping to add legal losses to plaintiffs' gambling losses by suing Google, Apple over casino apps. Daily Deal, the 2021 Complete Computer Science Training Bundle. Appeals court actually explores good faith issue in a Section 230 case. Spoiler alert, it still protects moderation choices. Wireless industry eyes non-transparent trust score to determine who can market via text message. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Pansexual. Timberwolves vs. Nets. Russell Westbrook. Ghislaine Maxwell. Kelsey Ballerini. Captain Underpants. Codon. Ball. Arkansas basketball. Elizabeth Hurley. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. French city Nice places order for Russian-made Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines, as mayor decides to preempt slow EMA approval process. Humans possess genetic blueprints to produce venom, study suggests. Global banks bracing for losses amid U.S. hedge fund collapse. WHO and leaders of 23 countries advocate global treaty to tackle future COVID-style health emergencies. Activists fill Myanmar streets with rubbish in anti-coup garbage strike photos. Introducing Vaxzevria, AstraZeneca renames COVID vaccine as firm fights off controversy over drug. Despite rollout, Russians in no hurry to receive COVID-19 vaccines as suspicion is a national characteristic, Kremlin claims. OPEC Plus leaders lean towards extending oil cuts as COVID-19 continues to bite, media. Syrian President Assad and wife recover from coronavirus. Watch, 99-year-old Russian grandmother and World War II war veteran takes to the skies in Su-34 fighter jet simulator. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Inflation is always a political choice. Great success, US-backed fighter sees US-made missiles heading to other US-backed fighters in Syria. Merkel teases more COVID restrictions after bashing German states for botching response. Right now I'm scared, CDC director chokes back tears too as she fearmongers impending doom. UK now considering digital face scanning to enter pubs. New COVID-19 wave sweeps through Asia. Nuclear weapons blazing, Britain enters the US-China fray. The Great Unvaxxed, a fictional look at what lies ahead. Red hot, Sacramento House receives 122 offers in 2 days. McAbee challenges Joe Scarborough, invite me to debate your network's putrid Rusiaga coverage. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Biden has no intention of meeting North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Tanzanian police say 45 died in stampede at Magufuli tribute. U.S., Maryland repeals Confederate call to arms as state song. Economists want drastic action to stop climate change, survey. Lebanon, protesters forcibly disappeared, tortured, says report. Myanmar rebels threaten to fight back over protester killings. Investigation underway into Suez Canal blockage. Rubbish scavengers who help keep cities clean plea for vaccine. Mozambique, efforts continue to rescue civilians from Palma. Female polio vaccination workers shot dead in Afghanistan, report. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Supreme Court will consider Kentucky abortion case. CDC Director, our data suggests that vaccinated people do not carry the virus. Van Jones, if Chauvin not convicted in Floyd trial, America will be in a dangerous position. Illegal alien hit with rape, murder charges and killing of newborn baby. Special Operations Command Diversity and Inclusion Chief reassigned pending investigation into anti-Trump posts. Secretary Pete Buttigieg walks back mileage tax plans after backlash. Sharpton, boycotts of companies that don't oppose GA voting law will work. Exclusive Jessica Vaughn, Biden is hollowing out Central America to satisfy open borders lobby. Biden administration announces push for offshore wind farms to create union jobs. Florida Governor DeSantis promises action against vaccine passports, it's completely unacceptable. The next headlines are from UPI News. Oblivious lottery winners' ticket spent 2 months in glove box. Watch, loose baboons spotted wandering South African suburbs. Watch, Wisconsin barbershop offering trims, COVID-19 vaccinations. Florida man sees Avengers, Endgame 191 times for Guinness World Record. Watch, Minnesota hospital chaplain gets 16,000 paper cranes. California University's 1,851 founding documents found in long-forgotten safe. Watch, California Girl Scout sells record 32,484 boxes of cookies in one season. Look, dog rescued from old tire in Massachusetts. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Pizza Fun Facts, Americans' favorite kind of pie. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 7 of 7, tall red-haired and blonde non-humans in Arizona and Peru. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Startup raises $9 million for its new method to recycle CO2 into protein-rich animal feed. See couple adorably recreate their wedding album 50 years later, at the same church in the same dress. Scott Colbrenner won $145,000 on Wheel of Fortune, now he's giving it all to charity. A team of maverick engineers want to roll the geological clock back on Sinai and replace desert with lush greenery. Boys who play video games linked with lower depression risk, UK shows study. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, March 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Grinch Act introduced to protect children's books from cancel culture, no one is safe. Ronald Reagan fires 11,359 air traffic controllers, 1981. 19-pound tuxedo cat, missing for a month, saved after being trapped in neighbor's chimney. Venomous people could become a reality, scientists say. Alonso's comeback race ended by sandwich wrap in brake ducts. Homemade license plates are a thing now apparently. When the Suez Canal was blocked for 8 years. Florida man breaks Guinness World Record after watching Avengers, Endgame 191 times in theaters. Mafioso on the run caught after showing off Italian cooking skills on YouTube. Fernando Alonso's F1 comeback race was ruined by a sandwiched baggie. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Xiaomi confirms it's making an EV, will set up a $10 billion entity to build it. 3 ways to make social impact run through your business, not around it. Rivian's amazing new warranty should be the standard for all F brands. The Apple TV remote is getting a redesign. Maybe there is a God? VW stole my totally brilliant and not terrible idea to rename itself Volkswagen. Niantic's AR glasses teaser has my inner Pokemon trainer excited. Apple is making it easier to get your iPhone fixed at a repair shop near you. Xiaomi's Mi Band 6 gives you GPS and blood oxygen sensors for only $35. Xiaomi's new Mi 11 Ultra features the biggest camera sensor in a smartphone. Add these 10 in-demand digital marketing skills to your resume, now 50% off. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Jordan's worsening water crisis a warning for the world. Air pollution and physical exercise, when to do more or less. Probing wet fire smoke in clouds, can water intensify Earth's warming? Protein rewires metabolism to block cancer cell death, may allow cancer spread. Decoding smell. Researchers notice pattern on surface of leaves, uncover new clue about plant evolution. Mummified parrots point a trade in the ancient Atacama Desert. How coastal forests are managed can impact water cycle. New technique provides detailed map of lung pathology in COVID-19. Tires turned into graphene that makes stronger concrete. The next headlines are from Information Week. Making the business case for edge computing. Are your cloud costs outpacing your growth? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, March 30th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA TV to air first U.S. commercial crew port relocation on space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The triple team, Rudy Gobert's defensive presence stifles the Cavs to second lowest NBA scoring total this season. Utah Jazz work over Cavaliers, then work on getting Conley, Bogdanovich, and Clarkson going. Baylor defeats Arkansas for first Final Four in 71 years. Just resigned Salt Lake County GOP chairman says he is still in the race to become head of Utah Republican Party. Bayer police arrest student who allegedly groped 6 women. With the 2020 to 2021 season in the rear view, Bayer women's basketball is looking toward the future. These are the safest cities in Utah. Here are some candidates who could make sense for the Utah State's men's basketball opening. Utah Senator Mitt Romney said he will not vote for new federal gun laws. The first time, fewer than half of Americans belong to a house of worship. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. What does a $6,000 bottle of wine taste like after a year in space? Scientists get closer to redefining the length of a second. Why people's expensive NFTs keep vanishing. Sleeping octopuses may have dreams, but they're probably brief. PHP's Git server hack to add backdoors to PHP source code. Apple Watch can accurately assess frailty, find Stanford study. Incompetent developers blamed for NZ patient privacy breach of COVID-19 vaccine booking systems. AT&T lobbies against nationwide fiber, says 10 megabits per second uploads are good enough. Stanford scientists reverse engineer Moderna vaccine, post code on GitHub. VW accidentally leaks new name for its U.S. operations, Volkswagen. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Fire causes family to evacuate their High Ridge home. Kyler Yost trial, jury selection begins in Cass County man's double murder case. Wentzville woman says she was targeted on the road. Money meant for fighting crime being turned away by the tens of thousands. Missouri House set to vote on $1 billion budget without funding Medicaid expansion. St. Louis County ending eviction moratorium affecting 600 people facing eviction. Homeowners in Florissant dealing with excess water in their backyards. Missouri Senate votes to ban police chokeholds. Missouri Health Director, Parsons Deputy Chief of Staff give vaccination update to House Committee. Family dispute 63-year-old self-defense claim after fatally wounding 23-year-old. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. North County School District approves 4-day option for in-person learning. Police say Maya Milit's disappearance is not a cold case as search continues. Virginia man suffers rare severe reaction to COVID-19 vaccine. Buying or selling fake COVID-19 vaccination cards could land you in hot water. Man accused of storming Capitol wore "I was there" shirt at his arrest. Crowds return to San Diego beaches during spring break. Most unusual incident, redwood tree falls on car, killing parents of 5. Vaccine passports, private sector will likely take lead, no federal mandate, White House says. Hearing will determine whether to place sex offender in East County home. UCSD students eligible to participate in college COVID-19 study. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Radar replay, Salt aligns with the James Bond series in this mind-bending story that incorporates a female lead, Highlander. Review, Tiffany Haddish steals the show in Bad Trip, a solid, if not spectacular, hidden camera comedy. Cyberpunk 2077 Patch 1.2 notes bring driving, NCPD, and numerous other fixes, updated. 2022 Honda Civic sedan leaked in new spy photos. Everything we know about Cyberpunk 2077 Patch 1.2. Robert Hansen Fast Facts, ABC 17 News. Russia jails elderly Crimean woman for 12 years in Ukraine spy trial. New York launches first-in-the-nation COVID vaccine passport. Convicted spy Jonathan Pollard tells others in national security to follow his espionage path, clearance jobs. What you need to know in options this week: Netflix, Tesla, Lululemon, BlackBerry, Chewy, GameStop, Spy and more. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy hold decommissioning ceremony for USS Fort McHenry. North Carolina National Guard fields newest Paladin howitzer. U.S. Navy received its first block of Tomahawk missile. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China further embraces Iran with 25-year cooperation agreement. Another male Chinese college student avoids prison after being convicted of rape. As the Suez boat was stuck, the Chinese internet jeered. Zhou Guanyu takes Bahrain F2, his first feature race win. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Vaccine passports, some countries experiment, but will it come to the U.S.? Man suffers life-threatening injury in San Jose shooting. Wild weekend, 2 big sideshows take over San Francisco streets. Search for armed suspects who attempted to burglarize Redwood City taco truck. Will there be enough vaccines available in California? Caught on camera, man throws rocks at Antioch church windows. In-person learning, Oakland students return to the classroom. Connecticut mom tests positive for COVID-19 a month after getting vaccine. Mobile COVID-19 van could vaccinate up to 500 people a day. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. COVID-19 update, all Illinois restaurant workers now eligible for vaccine. It all happened so fast, Daily Herald executive dies rescuing children. Rosner, this July might look very different for Cubs. Union-backed coalition outlines broad new energy plan. COD Foundation virtual gala raises $93,000 for Frida Kahlo exhibit. Vaccine sites in Kane, Lake and Will counties will take all eligible Illinoisans. How suburban schools are addressing the pandemic's impact on learning. Auto dealers sue Jesse White's office, electric vehicle companies. New wine bar in downtown Glen Ellen uncorks art in a bottle. Mundelein mayoral candidates disagree on downtown redevelopment approach. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington wildlife officials, residents can put bird feeders back up. Washington Senator Patty Murray backs bill to make daylight saving time permanent in U.S. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in China March 29, 2021, 1727 UTC, about 3,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Barbados March 29, 2021, 6:35 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, March 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Where are 6 years of war in Yemen going? The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Warming up ahead of a strong cold front Wednesday. Headed to NCAA Final Four after 67-61 win over Oregon State. Harris County deputy hurt in crash on I-10 at Beltway 8. Here's who made it to the American Idol Top 24. Jurors shown witness video at ex-officer's trial in George Floyd's death. Deshaun Watson's lawyer denies Texans QB is reaching out to women accusing him. Massive fire rips through Nassau Bay condos. Sue law student uses George Floyd case trauma as learning tool. Sugarland 95, how the discovery led to new curriculum at Fort Bend ISD. George Floyd's family, friends and classmates following Chauvin trial closely. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Former SC Governor, Congressman Sanford joins lobbying firm. School plotters often are bullied, suffer from depression. World shares advance, U.S. bond yields press higher. The latest, leaders call for pandemic preparedness treaty. Han embroidery weaves success into crafty designs. Singer Wu Xingfeng sobs in court hearing for accused copyright violation. World leaders call for international pandemic treaty. Exclamation point, Indonesian man modifies scooter to prove his faithfulness. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. NJ students are falling behind due to the pandemic, study finds. Extra, the sexy funeral goth housebroker interview you've been waiting for. Woman says Cuomo manhandled her while touring her flood-damaged home in 2017, kissing her multiple times on cheek. Cherry blossom trees have started blooming around NYC. Is universal health care on NY's horizon? New York surpasses 50,000 COVID deaths as officials warn that progress has stalled. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. New Yorkers over 30 can get vaccinated for COVID starting Tuesday. 2021 Tribeca Film Festival will have in-person outdoor screenings. Early edition, weed, cheesecake, arcade tokens, and other free stuff you can get with a vaccine card. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Identities. In Syria, a decade of death, destruction, displacement, disease, dread and despair. IMF, World Bank must urgently help finance developing countries. Why rehabilitation is as vital as rescue for child trafficking survivors. Arab region counts cost of devastating COVID-19 pandemic. Bangladesh welcomes a new high-yielding biofortified zinc rice. Nobel economist and 100 experts condemn corporate action against Argentina and Bolivia after rollback of failed pension privatization. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. California approves ethnic studies curriculum that encourages a counter-genocide against whites. Congress demands tech CEOs censor the internet even more aggressively. USA Today race and inclusion editor fired for falsely blaming white people for Boulder shooting. The fact that Americans think Biden has changed things shows how narrative rules our world. Instagram is sharing 79% of your personal data with third parties. 2 weeks after media predicted catastrophe, Texas sees COVID cases drop to record low. Western government contractor entrapped British scholar in sting operation to cover up Syria corruption scandal. Cuomo admin kept COVID tests from nursing homes as Gov's kin got them. Ghislaine Maxwell charged with sex trafficking 14-year-old girl, grooming to recruit other minors. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Arkansas Senate okays ban on treatments for transgender youth. VW plans brand name change to Volkswagen in U.S. Did COVID-19 originate in market 400 meters from CCP lab studying coronaviruses? Did Delta Airlines CEO praise Georgia's new voting law? There's how much sugar in a Cadbury cream egg? Canada pauses AstraZeneca vaccine for under 55. Capitol riot suspect wore "I was there" shirt when arrested. Does Dolly Parton have her own ice cream flavor? Did Utah ban pornography on cell phones? Pepsi drops limited edition Pepsi X Peeps Marshmallow Cola for spring. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. How a COVID-infested cruise ship devolved into class warfare. The art of turning foraged roots, herbs and plants into gin. This month, stream the movie that should have finally won Amy Adams her Oscar. The right way to fight back against Georgia's voter suppression law. The shark teeth between UN summiting Oceania's tallest mountain. Why Queen of Mean Lisa Lampanelli quit insult comedy for good. The right says sorry in advance for going fascist. The special tool Dems aren't using to nuke Trump regulations. COVID will end sooner than you think, if these 3 things happen. A Democrat invited my grandkid to a notorious Florida facility. It did not go over well. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Man shot to death on NYC basketball court, cops say. Photos show victims of horrific Alaska helicopter crash that left 5 dead. Scott Drew's incredible Baylor rebuild has its validation. Murder suspect recaptured after mistaken release from jail. Maryland mom slashed 3-year-old daughter's throat with scissors, cops say. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Independent study finds toxic carcinogen above FDA limit in several hand sanitizer brands. Researchers discover high levels of cancer-causing chemical in some hand sanitizers. Mental health crisis surging among many Americans. CDC pleads with Americans to take precautions amid rise in COVID cases. Can Biden and Trump help convince people to get vaccinated? Crucial trade route reopens after massive ship freed from Suez Canal. Deadly flooding prompts state of emergency in Nashville. CDC warns of impending doom as COVID cases spike. Biden announces 90% of all adults will be eligible for COVID-19 vaccine by April 19. Fauci warns against potential new COVID-19 surge as cases remain high. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. HBO's The Last Cruise is a found-footage horror of the Diamond Princess COVID outbreak. Pebbles bakes up new birthday cake-inspired cereal to celebrate 50th birthday. Pharrell says man shot dead by police in Virginia Beach is his cousin. Oklahoma pastor's wife and their swinger partner nabbed in his murder. New Arkansas law prohibits doctors from providing gender-affirming medical care to trans youth. CIT, maskless man rides horse into a gas station. LA homeless shelter will be named for Alex Trebek after late Jeopardy host made donation. Baltimore County Police have no idea why man killed parents and two Royal Farms customers. New allegation by upstate woman of unwanted kiss by Governor Cuomo, Gloria Allred. Italian mafia suspect posts his cooking show on YouTube, gets arrested and extradited. The following headlines are from military.com. Lawmakers want to give Coast Guard full voting rights on the Joint Chiefs of Staff. SACM investigating new diversity chiefs posts, including one comparing Trump to Hitler. Advocates hope new VA study will push Congress to pass service dog grant program. Trials begin for veterans in massive lawsuit over 3M's military issued earplugs. This GI Bill rule change could cost veterans thousands of dollars a semester. Connecticut's submariner haunted by fateful Navy orders issued 58 years ago. Giant container ship that blocked Suez Canal set free. Fort Hood-based brigade commander under investigation after allegations of toxic leadership, flouting coronavirus rules. Unusual tweet by Strategic Command spurs comedic comments. Air Force contractor drowns while snorkeling off Okinawa. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Chicago opens COVID-19 vaccines to those with health conditions and remaining essential workers today, state reports 761 new cases and 5 additional deaths. Loretto Hospital CEO George Miller to be suspended for 2 weeks amid fallout over COVID-19 vaccinations, new details of off-site shots emerge. Couple says they dropped off coffee and donuts to co-workers, only to have their vehicle stolen in Belmont-Cragen neighborhood. 4 men in one car shot on Interstate 57 near 127th Street late Sunday morning, police say. Chicago-based marijuana giant part of federal pay-to-play investigation. North Aurora man charged in fatal Aurora hit-and-run was using iPhone when crash happened, police say. 3 killed in fiery wrong-way crash at East End of Eisenhower downtown. The Spin, Duckworth's disappointment over not being Biden's VP. Biden, Lightfoot plead with public as COVID-19 cases rise. School board elections and the pandemic. Illinois close to having 70% of residents 65 and older vaccinated, but rising COVID-19 hospitalizations and cases will prevent state from opening up further. Chicago police move to prevent cops from stopping man who alleged he was detained more than 60 times in the 15 years over mistaken identity. The following headlines are from FIS.org. The curious case of Northeast Brazil's crossbreeding sea turtles. Ecuador policeman held over 185 baby tortoises in suitcase. In Tunis, flamingos wade past waist in key Africa wetlands. The truth about Christ lies in contradiction, philosopher finds. When parole, probation officers choose empathy, returns to jail decline. Scientists identify molecular pathway that helps moving cells avoid aimless wandering. Researchers discover how animals grow their pointy body parts. Probing wet fire smoke in clouds, can water intensify the Earth's warming? Monkeys experience the visual world the same way people do. Study reveals a deepening water crisis in Jordan, and a way forward. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, March 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why CBD skincare could beautify your life. Best dog shampoo, top brands reviewed. The inside story behind the historic first flight on Mars. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Cristiano Ronaldo's armband up for auction in Serbia. 2 Poland players positive for virus before England qualifier. EU, UN hold talks to tackle Syria's humanitarian crisis. Turkey reinstates restrictions after sharp virus cases rise. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Horoscopes March 30th, 2021, Celine Dion, Take Control and Excel. Bridge, March 30th, 2021. Word Game, March 30th, 2021. Ask Amy, we were close as kids, but I don't like what my brother has become. Harriet Cole, is it a red flag that my boyfriend puts his ex's rules before my feelings? Miss Manners, sorry I didn't fake compliment her cooking. Dear Abby, he says I betrayed him by calling the cops, and I feel terrible. San Jose, shooting leaves one with life-threatening injuries. San Mateo, drugs, replica gun seized following traffic stop. Eric Carlson leads San Jose Sharks past Minnesota Wild. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. 4 killed in fiery crash on Interstate 71 in Ohio. WVA contest deadline April 16th for painkiller abuse awareness. Tennessee Gov revives K-12 mental health trust fund push. Tennessee Governor Lee gets first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Mine safety training grants available from U.S. government. Maryland enters new COVID-19 vaccination eligibility phase. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Document, Amazon security staff reported its own hostile tweets as suspicious, fearing they'd been hacked. Catching COVID-19 at a COVID-19 vaccine production facility. Chuck Schumer eyes a second shot at raising the minimum wage through reconciliation. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Topological protection of entangled 2-photon light in photonic topological insulators. New oil palm map to inform policy and landscape level planning. Fasting acts as diet catalyst. Unique AI method for generating proteins will speed up drug development. New statistical method eases data reproducibility crisis. Experimental hearing implant succeeds in registering brain waves. New drug to regenerate lost teeth. Genetic sleuthing reveals endangered river dolphins in Asia's different species. Astronomy and landscape in the city of Carroll, the oldest city in the Americas. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Missing man last seen at O'Hare. President Biden to tap ex-federal public defender Candace Jackson Ekawumi for Chicago Federal Appeals Court seat. Menu planner, no bake raspberry lemon thyme tartlets are simple and delicious. Carjackings reported on the north side, police. Driver seriously injured after striking light pole in Ukrainian village. 6 shot Monday in Chicago. Police seek trio wanted in Bridgeport, Gage Park store robberies. Teen girl, 16, missing from Humboldt Park. Horoscope for Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. Bulls coach Billy Donovan getting real with his team with latest loss. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis cops accused of beating detective walk after mixed verdict. Fox Theater announces slate of live concerts after year-long hiatus. St. Louis City is hosting 3,000 daily vaccinations for next 8 weeks. South St. Louis sex shop robbed. Southside Alchemy takes the gold at International Bloody Mary competition. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Bedrock Detroit lays off dozens of employees. Detroit's Q line returns, but won't take passengers yet. 8 best cross-dresser dating sites, updated 2021. Legal experts complain Lucido's investigation of Whitmer is politically motivated. Yoga Burn Renew reviews. Is Yoga Burn Renew deep sleep supplement worth buying? Safe ingredients. Everyone we saw at the grand opening of rapper Tone Tone's Tony Island restaurant in Detroit. Circo 2 reviews. Does advanced bionutritional Circo 2 supplement worth your money? Updated reviews. Rising COVID-19 cases force Detroit Institute of Arts to close until Friday. Why Detroit's Mike Posner is climbing Mount Everest and giving back to the Detroit Justice Center in the process. Flora Spring reviews. Is Flora Spring probiotic weight loss supplement really effective? Customer reviews. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Stepping back ever so carefully into Houston's re-emerging live music scene. Rusty Hardin refutes claim that Watson wants to settle with accusers. I saw Black Cloud revolutionizes adventure games with one basic trick. Velveteen Echo releases Mirror's Myths. Turner challenges local college students to get vaccinated now that all adults are eligible. 4 more lawsuits filed last Friday against Deshaun Watson. The first Latinx contemporary dance festival comes to Texas. Superheroes and their creators battle for truth, justice, and cold hard cash. Derek Thomas McKinney believes Houston's future is LOUD. This week in Houston food events, celebrate Houston's newest holiday, World Taco Day. The next headlines are about world records making news. Sergei Bobka in praise of Mondo Duplantis. Athletics Weekly. On this day in 2001, 15-year-old Michael Phelps announced himself to the world, the sportsman. Devin Mum aimed to smash world record for largest gathering of people dressed in blow-up dinosaur suits, Yahoo News. The film that holds the world record for being remade the most times, Film Stories. Borat 2 breaks Guinness World Record, East Coast Radio. Diver sets world record by holding breath underwater for 24 minutes, Dunia News. Guinness World Record attempt, James Adam attempts to set record by playing 80 venues in 24 hours, TNTribune.com. Cycling tips Ronan MC Laughlin has reclaimed the Everesting world record, pinkbike.com. Port Macquarie Hastings residents throw in their support and socks for Rotary world record attempt, Port Macquarie News. GG Poker partners with legendary Dead Mo 5 for record-breaking $150 MGG Spring Festival, Business Wire. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Weird tweet from U.S. Strategic Command actually sent by small child. Google Maps is adding indoor live view and 100 plus other features. Pioneer DJ announces new line of speakers for bringing the club to your home. Reputed mafia fugitive busted in Caribbean after police find his Italian cooking channel on YouTube. T-Mobile will make Google Messages its default messaging app for Android. T-Mobile is already pulling the plug on its full Hive TV services. Biden announces plan to jumpstart an honest-to-God offshore wind industry in the U.S. The Star Wars prequels hit quite a few famous actors. Freaky new feature detected in Jupiter's northern lights. The mobbing, Dr. posing Equivax D-Bit 8 Pro Plus as a stellar housemate. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Biripata in India at 112.28 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 81.76 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 63.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Apple-funded Stanford study concludes Apple Watch can be used to measure frailty. Smartphones are finally matching 2012's Nokia 808 in camera sensor size. Parler, we warned the FBI more than 50 times before the Capitol riot. AT&T lobbies against nationwide fiber, says 10 megabits per second uploads are good enough. Hackers backdoor PHP source code after breaching internal Git server. Sony will shut down online stores for legacy PlayStation games this summer. Red Hat withdraws from the Free Software Foundation after Stallman's return. Sweeping climate law zeroes out carbon pollution for Massachusetts. Iron Age warriors were laid to rest on fluffy down pillows. The massive cargo ship that blocked the Suez Canal is now moving again. The following headlines are from Raw Story. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell's latest rant is too bonkers for even Steve Bannon to handle. Former CEO says Parler investor Dan Bongino was duped by Rebecca Mercer. Lawmakers received 14,000 hours of video footage from January 6 from Capitol Police, report. Glenn Greenwald grossly misfires in botched attempt to smear an intern. Here's how big phony Dan Rodimer became a punchline in 2 different states. Sean Hannity calls for voter suppression in 5 more states. This has nothing to do with race. Watch, shocking video shows man stomping Asian American woman. Lisa Murkowski has a challenger from the right, and Trump alumni are jumping on board. Dominion Voting Systems building legal armada to sue Trump supporters for billions, report. Georgia trooper who arrested black lawmaker knocking on governor's door compares her to Capitol rioter. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Inside the community patrols in San Francisco's Chinatown. One man's quest to crack the modern anti-immigrant movement by unsealing its architect's papers. Banning pandemic water shutoffs could have saved thousands in U.S. Arkansas just banned life-saving care for trans kids. The worst people keep stealing the language of black struggle. Latest must-have for America's ultra-billionaires, a plan to save humanity. President Biden's trustbusters aren't just experts on tech, they know about Big Ag. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. How astrobiology's fortunes swung back and forth, and back again, The Wire Science. Cambridgeshire astronomers to search for alien factories and signs of life using new telescope, Cambridge Network. First FT, today's top stories, Financial Times. What is life? Here's why there's still no definition, Forbes. The role of lightning in the origin of life on Earth, Planetary News, Planetary News. Search for alien life moves well beyond Mars, The Wall Street Journal. The rise of the athlete podcaster, The New Yorker. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Medicine Music, how an earbud could treat arthritis and migraines, Verdict Medical Devices, Medical Device Network. Full text, neuroprotective effects of edaravone DDDT, Dove Medical Press. Nypd announces the addition of Stanford University neuroscientist as chair of the Scientific Advisory Board, KPVI News 6. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, March 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO lands near missile base, affects radio transmissions, strike team dispatched. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Xeno@XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.